Okay, this is Minister Leon Nevels, aka Love Always. The title of my message is "Where Will You Spend Eternity?" Previously, uh, I presented the same message, and they call themselves rejecting it because you know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. You don't go down without swinging. Human beings are whoever you are. You don't go down without swinging. Okay, I did 38 years in prison for a crime that I did not intend to commit, didn't mean to commit. Matter of fact, I took the person to the hospital. Criminals do not take their victim to the hospital. Murderers do not take their victim to the hospital. They run, they hide. You have to catch them. The police have to catch them. Everybody knows that. I took my victim to the hospital. My problem as I came up, my whole family history, uh, no self-control. No self-control. I came up like that. No self-control. You provoke me, you anger me. Anger will get the best of me and I'll wind up hurting you. I don't care if I don't care how old you was or how young you was. I would hurt you, even kill you. That's how I came up all my life. And it eventually I eventually caused the death of my stepson. Okay. And and back in Kansas City, Missouri, those people, because the crime was what it was, they dramatized it and caused me to spend get 50 years. And I remind you, I did not mean to do what I did, though I did it. Because if I meant to do it, trust me, God is my witness. If I mean to do something, criminally speaking, you got to catch me. I'm not going to go to no hospital. I'm not going to turn myself in. You got to catch me. That's how that's just the way that's just the way it is. You got to catch me. But I took my victim to the hospital because I did not mean to do it. But those wicked people back then, in Kansas City, Missouri, and the newspaper people, the TV people, and everybody put together try to make me out to be a monster, a heartless, wicked, don't deserve to live individual. I wind up with 50 years. They send me up the river, and while I was in the Missouri State Penitentiary, they did everything they could to destroy me. They did everything they could to kill me off. I prayed to God because I had come to God before I committed the crime, but I backslid. And when you backslide, you wind up doing something worse, and I did. And now I find myself in prison. And the people back there, the warden was Donald Warwick. He was look it up. Everybody know about Missouri State Penitentiary being the bloodiest 48 or 47, all that. It's on Discovery Channel. And that's the reason for that. They did a whole lot of wicked stuff back then. They killed a whole lot of people back then and got away with it. And they came so close to killing me. But God told me, he said, son, I'm going to bring you out of this. I know you didn't mean to do what you did. You just out of control. Well, I'm going to fix you. I'm going to get you together. And then I'm going to deliver you. I'm going to restore you and put you back out there. And when I do, you serve me. Okay? I'm back out on the street now. I've been out now like 4 years. I got out March the 24th, 2014. And I've done what I promised God I would do. I said, God, you restore me. You deliver me. I'm going to serve you, you know. So I've been up here in New York City serving God, doing what I can, singing on the internet and ministering on the streets. You know, I've been doing God's will, living a good, holy life. Now, them wicked people back then, you're a criminal. You no good. You don't. You're not fit to live. All that old trash talking stuff. But God said, son, and the name of my message is, where will you spend eternity? Where will you spend eternity? God said, son, I'm going to keep you. I'm going to deliver you. I'm going to restore you. You know, this is what God said to me. You will outlive them. I'm going to keep you. They'll be dead before you will. I don't care what they do to try to kill you all. The newspaper people, the TV people, the government in Missouri. I don't care what they do to try to kill you off. I'm going to keep you. And God kept me. God brought me out of that hellhole. And they did everything they could to kill me. They did everything. They came so close to killing me, you wouldn't believe it. But God said, I'm going to keep you. I'm going to keep you. And I'm going to give you a second chance. And when I give you a second chance, you go out there and you serve me. And I've served God. I've been on the internet singing, ministering, not because I want people to like me, not because I wanted social acceptance. I could care less. The only exception I want down here is God exception. I could care less if nobody like me down here, if nobody accept me down here. I could care less. The only acceptance that count is God acceptance. Because that acceptance is going to get me into heaven. Your acceptance, United States acceptance, ain't going to get me into heaven. God acceptance is going to get me into heaven. He said, you serve me. And I've done it. You check me out. I'm on YouTube. I'm singing. Not because I want your acceptance. Not because I want fame. Care nothing about no fame. I just doing what I promised God I would do. You know, I said I would serve you and do what I can to represent you down here. My ministry was love always. But, you know, these people call themselves trying to use my past. And you can't use a man's past once that man go to God and ask God to forgive him and truly repent. You can't use that man's past against him. The only time you use a man's past against him is that man is still about his past. He ain't changed. He's still the same. That's the only time you can use that man's past against him. But when he repents, get down on his name, get down on his knees and ask God to forgive him, God forgives him, cleanses him. God not only forgives him, he forgets his sin. Now when God forgives and forget, who or you or anybody else to try to hold that man to something he no longer has? And that's what these internet people call themselves trying to do. You know, you check out my name, the first thing they try to throw out, well, he did this and he did that. He killed his stepson. Okay, so what? That's my family history. All my family had a violent, uncontrolled history. My father many times came close to killing us, his children. But my mom was strong enough to keep him from doing it. That's human history. When you out of control, you like a car without brakes. You able to kill anybody. And I came up like that. I didn't have no control of myself. Whether you was a friend, whether you were brother, whether you were sister, whether you were mother, whether you were father, whether you were kid, whoever you was, when I was out of control, You know, yeah, that could happen. And it did happen. Okay, now, okay, it's history. God has forgiven me. And once a man is forgiven by God, who are you to try to hold that man to something that he no longer has? Who are you? Are you greater than God? The name of my message is, where will you spend eternity? I'm going to spend eternity with God. I'm saved. Okay? My sins are forgiven. My sins are cleansed. My sins are forgotten by God. I'm heaven bound. Where will you spend eternity? Haters out there calling themselves trying to, you know, keep a man down. That's the works of the devil. You trying to keep a man down. You can't keep a man down. God is the only one that can keep somebody down. You can't keep a man down. Like I said, they did everything they could to kill me. But God said, look, they'll be dead before you. God told me that. He said, they will be dead before you. The Donald Warwicks, he was the one back there. He was my main enemy back there then. He was my main enemy. God said they will be dead before you. And God is my witness. They did everything they could to kill me. Where are they now? They all dead. Where am I? God restored me to society March 24th, 2014. Yeah, I did 38 years. I should have only done 10 years because it was, it was not meant. When you mean to commit a crime, you don't take the person to the hospital. Trust me. When you mean to commit a crime, you don't take a person to the hospital. I did not mean to commit the crime. I was just out of control. But I took the person to the hospital because I thought I just hurt the person, and come to find out the person was dead. And they dramatized things, the newspaper people, the TV people, the radio people, to make me look like a monster, to look worse than the devil himself. So they give me all that time. They wanted me to get all that time so that I'd be killed off in prison. Yeah. I wind up with 50 years and they made me do 38 years when I should have done only 10 years. But God said, I'm going to deliver you, son. I'm going to bring you out. And your enemies, they'll be dead before you. Donald Warwick, that was my number one enemy. He's dead now. He died back in 2004. God said they'll be dead before you. Yeah, they're going to try to kill you all. But they're not greater than me. I'm going to give you a second chance. I'm going to restore you to society. God restored me. I'm up here in New York City. I'm living for God. Ain't committed no crime. Ain't going to commit no crime. Doing his will. And I'm just waiting on him to take me to heaven. I'm like a divine minister. I only minister as God directs. He tell me to go minister to somebody, I go minister to him. Other than that, I just live the Christian life. The name of my message is, where will you spend eternity? Now, these people call themselves trying to keep me from stating my case, but you don't go down without swinging. When these internet people want to throw your case up before you after you done paid for your crime, and they made me do an extra 28 years. They made me do an extra 20. All I was supposed to have done was 10 years. Because they was trying to kill me off in prison. You don't go down without swinging. I'm going down by saying, look, where will you spend eternity, you haters out there that want to try to hold me to my past when I no longer have a past? I'm a new creature. I'm heavenward bound. I'm going to spend eternity with God. Where you going to spend eternity? I hope that you let God fix you like God fixed me. God fixed my uncontrolledness. I'm together now. I'm together now. I'm in control. Provocation, disrespect, none of that stuff get me to fly off the handle. I stay in control. I walk away. God fixed me. Now I'm heavenward bound. where you gonna spend eternity.